This is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5, and verse 6. Well, I'm going to start at verse 1 and read. But the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. If you paying attention, you should see what's going on. If you a believer, the scripture's talking about being circumspect, constantly watching. Maybe I should start that off. Oh, I got a goofy shit popping up. I don't even know who that is. Verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, so cometh as a thief in the night. Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness but ye brethren are not in darkness that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness, because we have the light. We believers, the Lord said we are the light, because we have this knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding. And in a time of darkness, again, a candle, a light, any kind of a lighter will help you see through the dark. Brother said, if you a long candle, I always think about the elder brother said that, because he's an elder over me. Just because of the simple fact to not be actually like struggling or like, just to take this, again, peace of mind and actually like a calm spirit is going to, like, that's a miracle in itself. People are going to bug out. I've been watching this series, Fear the Walking Dead. I never watched the series. I heard about it a lot. I read a lot of comics. I used to, that's how I escaped the world. Everybody's so judgmental about shit, but then when I judge something that's wrong. Anyhow, I really don't give a fuck what people think, but it's funny when you ain't walked in these feet. These feet. He said proud foot. He said proud feet. You mispronounced my name. The drinking it. Because, hey, if it was a way to escape this by not saying nothing, it'd be easy to everybody to do it. No, we about to stand on what you said, and a person like me that I know is coming. So, oversharing is, I wouldn't tell you that, I just beat this bitch up today. I wouldn't tell you no shit like that. Like, I wouldn't do that like that. But I will say this much. The spirit allows us to say what we say. Again, a lot of times I drink when I do my lessons because I'm already stressing over something. I noticed it's getting harder to do these lessons, and it wasn't this hard. I've been through a lot just beginning this year. And I was like, damn. And I get amped up in the spirit, and it's been the energy of the brothers keep a brother up on it. He was like, hey, if you're going to be a candle in the night, you got to be burning brightly. A candle burns out. The Lord can make an eternal flame, though. Verse 6, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. I'm fascinated with that show because, again, I knew about it. I ain't gonna say that, brothers taught me a lot of stuff, but I knew some shit before, So I'm gonna say this much. I respect, because, again, that's the beauty of the brotherhood. The brothers teach you something. And if you ain't a proud individual, you got individuals I've met personally, like, you can't tell me shit because I'm perceiving you this way. I can learn from my child. Learn shit from my children. So, I mean, perspective. Today I was at the gas station, right? I had my door open. It's wide enough for it's a truck come. The dude saying something, I'm not paying attention because I'm not really thinking about you. But then, dude, like, I'm talking to you. I say, who you talking to? He say, your door open. You ain't close the door. I say, well, it's enough, space for you to be able to go past. He say, well, listen to here. And it's a Jake. And he had all kind of like fridges. It was funny to a degree. But his perspective was, I should have closed the door. My perspective was, you wasn't going to hit the door. So it's basically, and know what I did? I greeted, I normally, back in the day, I'd have been like, nigga, fuck you. And, you know what I mean? I'm learning to try to grow the fuck up, right? But I told him, I said, man, listen here. I said, it was enough room for you to get past. So what are we even talking about? I'm like, you know what? I get what you're doing. You're trying to keep us from actually bumping heads. So I respect you for that. But at the same time, I didn't close the door because I knew you wasn't going to hit it. I can see enough, like my eyes still good enough. I'm old, but I'm not old. You know what I'm saying? I'm older, nigga. Like the fuck, you got old men that still be shooting guns at 73. Like the fuck is you talking about? Like, at the end of the day, the Lord might do some spiritual shit. When you get good at something, when you do something good enough, I think about Keanu Reeves. That's how you know you're Jake. His father is supposed to be Japanese. He Ammonite. Ammonite. The elder said, fear the microchip. That was so funny. The elder keep me young, right? But point is, like, Keanu Reeves, actually, the John Wick movies, he learned how to move like that. Imagine that. He ain't just doing a DJ Trump, nigga, I'm in power, nigga, do what I say. No, he went and did it. That's powerful. Motherfucker be sitting up here talking about, I was talking about a leader. And the thing about a leader, I watched two things on that Fear the Walking Dead. She was like, pretty much to please everybody as a leader, literally is impossible. The one woman said, you can't please everybody. And then basically her retort to it was, it's impossible to do that. You're not going to please everybody. That's why a leader's job, that's why I do respect that man, because he didn't want to be like, nobody was hoarding power. I was going to be used. I was going to be harvested, type shit. Jake say, don't tell all your business. Hey, my ending is not going to be like, oh, I already know that. I'm grateful to the Lord for telling me that. Don't disillusion me. Don't have me feeling the curse of the Lord. Hey, but the Lord know what he put you through too. When you take time to research scriptures and certain people's accounts, certain people like, Lord, why you do that? Right. The Lord wants you to do that. And I read that when I respect and appreciate what the elders do. I see the love, man. Like, again, I ain't win a zombie yet. Yet. I ain't planning on being a zombie. That's my brain. Like, I ain't not gonna be one. You gotta be fucked up. Like, no. I can't tell every motherfucker that. Take that however you want to. Because a motherfucker assume anything. That makes it better on my part to plead my case, right? Like, I said this, so you can't say nothing no more. We all know you couldn't say nothing back then. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, this is not about that. It's observations. This is the name of this video. I was observing that show. And that show has calmed me down a lot. I was like, damn, this is a good show. Because I never got into, I watched The Walking Dead. It took me years to watch The Walking Dead. And then when I started watching it, brother was speaking on it. And I noticed certain things about what the brother was saying, like The Walking Dead. And I was like, well, damn, that's deep. I ain't gonna go no further. I'm just gonna say, I observed that. So that has a part in my testimony. I was like, oh, damn, how you gonna say that? Brother always talk about Cutthroat City. Right? Anyhow, she said, you as a leader, everybody not gonna be satisfied. That's why certain people come into the truth and come out the truth. But one of the main things I caught is a guy on this show. He's a homosexual, by the way. But he's like one of those P. Diddy ass niggas. He fucking
everything, right? I don't like the character. And nobody likes him on the show, but the Lord favoring him for whatever reason because that's how you know it's a Lord. You know what I'm saying? It's a Heavenly Father. They like, what the fuck going on? They're like this, like, yeah. I ain't even watched the new series of Walking Dead, but the point is, and he a Jake too. That's what really pissed me off. But I don't like his character. You know, I like the little white boy, the Edomite boy. That's all about he like nigga. I'm not scared to die. Like they just all fucked up on this show. Everybody got some issues. Like just coming with issues. And then you see how leadership ain't for everybody. Everybody can't be no leader. Most people want to be literally like cattle. Most people want you to take care of them and all that. You know, it's special how the Lord did it where you got certain brothers know how to work on cars. I've worked on a car. I ain't scared to work on the car. I just, if I ain't got to do it, I don't want to do it. The fuck, I'll give you some money. Here, do it. You know what I mean? But the thing is, if I'd have grew up learning how to farm, like my demon, her grandfather knew how to motherfucking plant, make moonshine, make wine. He knew how to do, you know, he knew how to distill. He knew how to do a lot of shit. And then I was telling her, like, damn, none of my people ever, like, I got somebody I fuck with in the world today that I was homeless around, right? And this dude doing good. But he didn't sacrifice already. That nigga gonna take, he give it to me. Give it to me. That nigga gonna do it. Nigga, it's all about, I ain't going back out there. You know, like that nigga has no faith. But the Lord spared this nigga for a reason, for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like, that's the funny part. Like, I find that part funny, you know. The Lord doing what he wanted. I always think about when we would be. That's why I always give big ups and honors and double. I say double honors because I do respect the elders, and we all following their example. And again, I know I did a lot of off shit. You know, like always two sides to a story though. But no, I see. That's why if you should disengage if you feel that I'm doing something that's making you or like you. I know they know who I am because they know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, what the? I'm telling you this shit because, listen, there's AI involved in this shit. You use the same address as somebody else. Hey, I'm gonna show you something. The post office, if you put do not resend, do not return the sender, if you say do not send, return the sender, the post office used to pay for them to do that shit. The post office haven't done it since I've been in my new place. I'm trying to do this little stupid ass move to try to like circumvent and slip that shit. But like at the end of the day, like they gonna figure out who orders what. You know how you never used to change your address? And then when somebody start doing that or making it known, you know, like now they gonna resend the shit back to the same address because they not gonna pay because that's how broke this place is. Like the elder was saying, the place broke. And I said that shit. I ain't go no the elder put me on so much game. Give that to the elder. I am not competing with the elder. That'll look stupid. What I'm saying is, I've been knew the bitches, bro. If the government ain't paying their bills and got niggas that work for the government was the most secure job ever. Now, this is observations. This is the name. I might make a series about this shit. That's my series. Observations. Just think about some shit that ain't the same like it used to be. Like the elder said, I said and then he broke it down and came out with the article. This bitch broke. I seen that a minute ago. I just didn't do a video on it because the thing is, I know somebody gonna do certain videos. I move where the spirit want me to move. They would say Hannah Montana. But the thing is, show you how dumb people. They say the like basically the rate to infect somebody is like so minuscule, but it has a high mature what's the word? Basically a whole high fatality rate. And But yet still you got everybody scared, spooked. Oh shit, I'll do whatever you say. But you got a certain group of the population that ain't gonna pay attention to none of that. Right. But he said about a leader that they was talking about. I thought about this, the observation. Is the guy Victor, I brought him up. The guy Victor went and he man, I'm trying to get you to watch it. Shit, they have something in common. Because you know what? I like this one better than the original Walking Dead. It was like more real life. Like Rick was in the hospital, he came home, and this one show it like breaking out and motherfuckers getting upset and that shit. Now they motherfuckers trying to about second Ezra chapter, what's that, 50? He say one people gonna stand up against another with swords in their hand. And he said that will regard, the kings or princes, roughly paraphrase. But the other observation I got of this show was the dude Victor, the gay Jake. But Jake was smooth. Jake could talk he was a businessman. He was able to manipulate people. But everybody manipulating people. Anybody got, like, I like this one. And it's better, I think, because it's got more shows in the series than the other one. Which is deep. I know Morgan's supposed to be in this one. Which he was a Jake. He was in both of them. Morgan played in that movie. I liked that movie, Snatch. With Brad Pitt. When he had that power punch, he'll knock your ass out. He'll get in there. He had a strong chin too. He'll get in there and fight with you. But their whole thing was they got to con your ass. So he get in there, fight with you, and let you. And then they get to the point, and then he'll just hit your ass one time. Right. But anyhow, not to veer off the topic anymore. I'm gonna finish what I was talking about. The dude Victor. Victor ended up having a boat. He had a yacht because he was rich. And he got to the yacht and people stole that yacht. So it was like the Lord was with this faggot ass nigga, right? Because everywhere you go, he'd just get lucked up. You know what I'm saying? He found his boat, but people had took it over and they became, the Walking Dead on there. So he had to go fight for his boat to get that bitch back. And then he realized a lot of people was like, basically a strong taken from the weak, or everybody trying to survive, Right. Like on there, it was Gad. It was like Northern Kingdom. Gad was up there like the apocalypse. And he asked the Edomite woman, he said, you know what apocalypse meant? And she was like, the end of the world. And he's like, no, it means the great unveiling. And in that show, it was like about, he had the scrolls showing how he was like, basically, Jake or Israel was going to take back the land from Esau. You know what I mean? Like it's a deep show. But he got on his yacht and he ended up like clearing the yacht and ended up coming up on shit, right? And he had guns and all kind of guns. He found alcohol. They end up because he taken from the dead. He's scavenging because that's what's gonna come down to. That's what Book of Eli showed. That's what the Road showed. Right. Long story short, they show an episode where he go to his yacht, he get all this shit, and now he walking away cool. The next season they show him in handcuffs. So the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. You know what I'm saying? It could be about him not being circumspect, but I don't think he wasn't being circumspect. Everything's the will of the Lord. Scriptures talk about that in the book of Romans chapter 8 and 28. All things work to the good. Because at the end of the day, whatever happens to you, good or ill, bad, evil, is the will of the Lord. Isaiah 45 and verse 7. So, again, we that are of the belief of, the hopeful elect, we see and know and understand what's happening. We welcome it because at the end of the day, we know we ain't gonna get we not gonna get the kingdom of heaven until this has to pass. It's like in order for you to become like when you take time to think about it, human beings, we metamorphosize, right? Like how they talk about how a pig turned into a boar. I was watching something about that. It was fascinating to a degree. Once they kick the pig out like a lion, that motherfucker become a boar. So he has to grow up, he has to be kicked out. That deep. He has to be put on his own to grow the fuck up. I'm not a pig. But nonetheless, I took it like observations. That's why this is titled observations, because to observe, you have to look, you have to be watching, and just maintain your faith and to maintain your spirit in this truth. You got to be doing the work. This book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach or Christ shall give thee light. The light is the truth, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. This glorious. I mean, this is glorious when you take time to think about it. Again, after everything I've experienced in the world, the most powerful thing I've ever experienced was this truth. And I've seen dead people. Like, I mean, what did he say in that movie? What's that movie where the little boy be like, I see dead people, right? See them that ye walk circumspectly, meaning, let's look at the word circumspectly. When you go into circumspect, it's a circle, circular, circumspectly. So, meaning to be looking everywhere.
Strong's G 199, akribos.
I remember when brothers always talk about the brother, he's diligent. He was very diligent. They called him the diligent brother. Had a shine on his face. I miss that brother, you know what I'm saying? Same as exactly, circumspectly, diligently, perfect. They say he was perfect. Only the Lord can say that, but I remember somebody called me a fool. A young Jake, too.
Strong's G 781, Asafas.
They didn't directly call you a fool. I was like, damn, hold up. But you would come ask me for something. You know how offensive that shit was? But I'm not mad. I'm not even trying to dwell. I'll just be thinking about that shit like, man, the fuck. Hey, I remember the elder brother said, usually when brothers don't fuck with brothers, it's something with that brother. We will find out, won't we? At the end of the day, may the Lord actually make his promise come true. And I hope it happened tonight. Well, in the morning. It's the morning, right? I hope it happened now. Hey, I watch it, we watch certain warrior. My friend told me I sleep resting. She's like, if I was grabbing the remote or if I moved in the bed, I wake up. Because I'm used to being in the street. So when we used to sleep, I sleep in a spot that you don't sleep at. You fall asleep just because you run in the streets all day. So I always been like that. Especially, the only time I used to get comfort was in a spot when I had my own spot. And then the motherfucking, that wasn't uncomfortable. Like she, like it's funny, but it's not funny. I'm just thinking about shit. And I understand you never let your left hand know what your right hand doing. That's in the Bible. What I'm going to say is this. If you thinking about biting your tongue or not saying that shit is going to save you, I ain't never told nobody nothing that's going to get me in trouble. If I said something that's going to get me in trouble, like nigga don't know where I stay at. Like the fuck? Hey, I said I moved, yeah. And I said that for other people's benefit. You ain't gonna just do a pick and roll. Like you that ain't like man, every time I moved, the shit got more spiritually intense. It's funny to a degree. Absolutely not funny. It says, see Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, meaning you looking around, you paying attention, you observing, not as fools but as wise. Let's look at what word wise. I got to do that one too. I ain't mean to do that. I want to go eat some shit. I do like the elder brother. Hey, eat during the lesson. A king to it says wise wisdom. Okay, I don't know. It says redeeming the time, redeeming the time because the days are evil. We know days meaning bad times, but redeeming. And when you go into that word redeeming, we're gonna get that one.
Strong's G 1805. Exagerazo. Exagerazo.
And it says to rescue from loss. So like that's why Yahweh Shah is considered the kinsman redeemer, because only through his blood can we be redeemed from, because we was pretty much like old with because of we made this pledge and this covenant with the Lord, but the Lord is so the Heavenly Father Abanawa Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua is so wise, he literally sacrifices. That's how much he loves us. When you take time to really think about that, his most precious gift, like his most precious creation, that's some cold shit when you take time to really think about it. The Lord created us and gave us blessings, right? But in order to keep us locked in with us, he gonna sacrifice his most prized possession, like a father would. That's one thing about that show too. I was just observations. That show how like a father really like. Unless you're a father, you won't know. Get it? Because brothers might love the brotherhood, but love is easy to say. Actions prove love. Love is an action word. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I remember a brother in the truth, he watched a brother that's a beautiful brother in the spirit, literally with his family, and that made him want to go try to get his family. And the Lord kept his family away. I watched the Lord take away a brother that loved his child. Because the Lord, man, the Lord took my children. I heard a brother that I respect highly talking about he took 6 children away from him. I was like, what the, but the Lord know what he's doing. Trust the process. Because if you ain't trusting the Lord when he make you feel pain, you ain't going to trust him when you really feel pain. We ain't felt the pain yet. I've been homeless. It's that same elder brother said he was homeless. And I was like, damn, so he can actually relate to people that's supposed to be honored, not getting honored. You know what I'm saying? My daddy was a veteran. After I had a whole bunch of felonies, my dad was like, you should go to the service. He probably could have got me in there, though. He probably could have got me in there. I'm glad I didn't go. Fuck these Edomites. You know what I'm saying? Now these service members can't even pay to live. That shit funny to me. It really is, though. I read that one. So I'm going to end the lesson here. At the end of the day, be observant. That's the whole point of the lesson. If you're really in the truth, you're going to be steadily watching. Scriptures don't call us watchmen. We seers. We looking. We watching. We observing. We doing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's your occupation. And trust me, if anybody knows how hard this shit get, it's me. You know what I mean? I know this shit ain't fun. I know it's not. Yeah.
If you're dealing with numbness or a
hopefully everybody not in the. Hopefully Jake ain't in the spirit of we still kicking it. And trust me, it's a heavy spirit out there. Like people but like the elder said, we broke. If America broke, that meant like these companies still making money because you got these big box corporations that's literally like, nigga, you gotta come to us. We the monopoly. That's what Monopoly is. We own what the game of Monopoly is to buy everything and then now you own everything. Nigga, it's sold up. That's what niggas say on the block. I sold up the block. Everybody got to buy from me now. Right. 1 Peter chapter 5, I'll start at verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that ye may exalt you in due time.
Did you know that pink salt with
That's a
turmeric
deep little verse because at the end of the day, we all, especially as men, you know, I've been a young buck before. Everybody want to prove themselves. Everybody want to be, you know, it take a special spirit to be just laid back and cool, calm, and collected and ready just to, you know. I had a cousin that literally his father was like a Hamite, but he might have been Jake. I was young at the time, but he taught his son how to. This little motherfucker was so smart, you know. He was smarter than motherfucker. He knew, like when you watch certain videos on YouTube where motherfucker, like the one, he sounded like a Hamite, but he probably was Jake. He taught his son, his little son up here speaking about the Bible. He's saying where countries located. He knew so much shit. You like, damn. That's favor from the Lord though, man. Like everybody ain't gifted like that. Casting all your care upon him, for he care for you. Yeah, because only the Lord gonna get you up out of this. Like I said, that's what I observed. Like I said in that episode, that dude came across that shit. The Lord gave him all that shit, and the Lord took it all away. You know what I'm saying? Like that's deep. Now I know the scriptures say the Lord don't like no homosexual. It's abominable. But when you watch the show, he did get favor from the Lord. Like he's gifted the gift of gab. He probably supposed to have been a pastor or preacher. And they did it lightweight, smooth how they did it. Like whoever the fuck wrote that one was different writers from who wrote The Walking Dead, because like he saw a picture. Everybody trying to get back to who they love when the end of the world comes. You're going to have people try to go back home, although that's why Jake will have a bug out bag. You know, you got to be able to, that's why you got to be able to, like when you watch that movie Heat, he said you got to be able to detach within a certain amount of time. You got to be able to be like, don't, you got to not make attachments. Why you think I used to do a lot of shit I was doing? I wasn't trying to attach myself to that. I'm attached to my children, and that's hard enough. And I already know trying to convince myself that shit is not, all right. Motherfucker might try to torture your child in front of you. Imagine that one. Verse 8, the point. Be sober, be vigilant. Let's look at the word vigilant. Wake, watch. Right, going back to the diligent.
This is what a real upgraded patch looks.
1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, the point. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, your opposition, the devil, the deceiver, Esau Edom, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So he's watching all of us, period, point blank, period. So it ain't gonna be about what you're saying. You can say the fact that, nigga, just because you got a title or you got a label on your channel is gonna be having you being watched. The fuck? I mean, you know, the thing is, you say, you know, you're supposed to be optimistic and not pessimistic, but as men,
this is what a real upgraded patch.
As a man, you're supposed to hope for the best, but prepare, expect the worst. That's just fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm a girl dad, right? And my friend sent me this video, and it pissed me off. And then it was a Jake showed all the videos, and then he said, he was like, that shit happened to me, man. Like, as a man, dad, why you think I got so many daughters? I did a lot of fucked up shit to women, because that's what we was taught.
If you're dealing with numbness or a burn,
We wasn't taught to, like, be a protector of women. We was taught to use them. That's what I was taught. And I deserve whatever the fuck the Lord doing. The Lord know best. I pray He give me the strength to go ahead and endure this. Because at the end of the day, you know, ain't nobody innocent. I pray He just go ahead and come on, let's just like go ahead. If it's bankrupt, break this bitch. I'm wait. I want to see the crash. That's what I want to see. I want to see that financial crash. Go ahead and do that great, reset. And like the elder said, your option, your salvation, if you a weak ass, carnal ass, 2/3 ass nigga or a heathen, is gonna be that C hip. Like the elder said, fear the micro C hip. But a person like me, I fear you. How about Shemi Shah? I pray the Lord keep a spirit on me like that all the way to my end. And with that, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to
My name is Ethan Davis.
call Elohim Yahweh by Shemi Shah by Hashem. Hakodash, double honors to the elders, to the apostles, whom I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and Akwatha to listen and learning, Lord willingly is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to the truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, Lord willingly. Shalom, shalom. Kwame Yasharallah. Mwah. Boy. Kwame Yasharallah.
Did you know that pink salt with turmeric can make
Kwame Yasharallah. And what? What? Boy.